Howdy everyone, my name is Ryne Wang and this is my prototype for an automated gardening system. Right now this gardening system takes in two readings, which are moisture and sunlight. I have my moisture sensor right here in some very saturated soil, as well as a cup of very dry soil. We have a light sensor that's located right here and some readings over here. You can see that the light readings are in blue, and the red values, the red line represents the moisture values, and it spiked because I touched it earlier. It's settling back to baseline. And so the way that the moisture sensor works is by reading the capacitance, and since right now it's in very wet soil, it's more capacitive than it would be if it was in dry soil. And that capacitance outputs a correlating voltage through the formula V equals Q over C, which means that voltage is the charge over the capacitance. So right now I'll give a demonstration and dry the sensor off and then put it inside the dry soil. Just dry it off really good. And here's the dry soil. I'll put it in there. And then we'll wait for the readings to stabilize after I've stopped touching it. And it should start dropping right about now. And you can see that it's watering itself. I've set it to water itself for about 5 seconds and then reevaluate its conditions. And if it hasn't changed like it is because the moisture sensor is still inside dry soil, it'll keep watering itself, reevaluating until it's in wet soil. So after this one, let's put it back into the wet soil, make it think it did something. And you should be able to see our graph sharply spike up because it is now in suddenly very wet soil and it has stopped watering itself. Our last reading is to monitor our light levels, which is good for tracking our light trends for our plants. Right now you can see it's reading ambient light levels, which is on the blue line, around 1.6 volts. But if I turn on the lights, it'll sharply spike up, and that can represent something like very strong noon sunlight. And then if I turn it back off, we'll have reached a point where the system is where it started at baseline. Thank you.